Hey everybody, welcome to Chatbox Reviews. I'm Stan with my lovely wife Tanya here again. We're doing a review on Nobody.
Woohoo!
I had so much fun. I was just watching another one of the clips from the movie, and yeah, pretty much, I really enjoyed this. I had so much fun. It's not like, oh my god, this is the biggest epic movie ever, but like,
it was awesome.
it was very fun.
I really enjoyed it.
It was hilarious a few moments because every so often, like, this is I think it's the producers of John Wick.
Yeah, John Wick.
And writers.
Yeah.
I think Bob Odenkirk,
Connie
Nielsen, who was you were like Wonder Woman's freaking mother. And they had Christopher Lloyd, the Doc. That was really cool. But so
many cool people. But I just see. My favorite film is John Wick. So to see this kind of amp up and be on that playing field, I was like, yes.
So there was little fingerprints all over it of John Wick,
double tap
and stuff. But, I was just thinking like, damn, this was a lot of fun because you get these rare films like these gems where, you know, the Sam Troutman in First Blood, Rambo comes in and is like, God didn't make Rambo, I made him. Because you just don't know who you're screwing with until Sam Troutman walks in and says, you know, you're dealing with an expert with knives, guns. And there's just little moments in there. There's no specific person that comes in and says, oh yeah, you don't know who you're messing with.
Yeah, no.
But it's just like, as it slowly starts to unfold, there's a scene that's so fun to like just watch when someone has an idea and goes, uh-oh. Like whenever anyone, I love that moment in John Wick where it's like, you know, why'd you strike my son? It's like, well, he stole John Wick's car and killed his dog. And it's like, oh shit. Like, and you're just like, oh man, now we get to know who freaking John Wick is. But there's a moment in this where it's sort of like, all right, yeah, this is moving along.
Like, you don't really know what the deal is at this point. So, like, when you get to this particular scene and someone's like, oh, okay, bye. Well, I ain't gonna mess with you. And then you're like, oh, what? What's happening? What does that mean?
But I think it was a really tight sort of flick. Like, you can... Like, there's no moment in it where you're just like, all right, come on, let's move along.
Well, the beginning part, it was like, come on, like, because it's just showing the mundane life of, you know, Monday
everyday life for everyone.
They're just a repeat of the same thing day in, day out.
Yeah, go to work, go home, family, how are you?
And then,
good.
Like, one incident takes place, and then that adrenaline kicks back in for him, I guess, where...
It's reacquainting yourself with what you tried to put. Like, he even says in the trailer, like, there's a part of me that's laid dormant for a freaking long time, but, you know, it's starting to resurface a little bit. But there's just moments in there where you're very comfortable. If you like John Wick, I think, you know, the Bourne Identity movies as well. It's sort of... Yeah, it's not spy espionage, but it's just a nice kind of... I wouldn't go as far as saying dark comedy, but
it's pretty
there's some funny bits in there where you just laugh your ass off. You're like, oh my God, this is freaking great. But
where's my kitty cat bracelet?
there's just we'll get into spoilers now.
Yeah.
Real quick. So like,
well, it's in the trailer about the kitty cat bracelets.
Yeah. There's just a few moments in this where, like, spoilers now.
Spoilers.
When he is more or less, just every day he's like, all right, I didn't let that break in. How did I let this happen with a pizza box? Like,
But,
and when he's sizing up the people who broke in, and he's just like, why didn't he do anything? And he goes, the gun wasn't even loaded.
Yeah.
And it's like, he just picked that up just by looking at it. And then he's like, you know, his son's been tackled to the ground.
And his son's all mad.
Yeah, he's like, why didn't you do anything, Dad? They broke into our house. And he's just like, nah, they were desperate. Those little moments of, like, when he gets the straw and helps the guy breathe.
Oh, my gosh.
That kind of stuff where it was like, yeah, I think he's killed him.
He beats this, like, a whole group of them up.
Yeah, on the freaking bus.
That he doesn't want to actually kill anyone.
Yeah, this isn't my life. I just wanted to vent a little bit.
He just wanted to release that kind of built up energy from the break-in because he couldn't really follow through on his plan.
That tattoo parlor bit
my gosh,
where the
yeah.
dude's just like, thank you for your service. It's like
Bye.
he just has every lock that he just shuts off. I was
sliding
laughing
thing.
so bad. I was like, oh man.
That was awesome.
He knows something that the other guys don't. And
Yeah.
they're just like, oh crap.
Well, he knew something the audience didn't know either.
Yeah,
so-
we were going on the journey with
Yeah.
all the people who are encountering him.
And then when he starts like talking to a half dead guy,
Yeah.
just like going, I'm an auditor because
I was the last one.
person that you want to see at your doorstep because I make sure there's no one left alive
But
for
just-
anyone to arrest.
Just like everyone that he's got sitting on that couch, including the
Oh my
theater,
gosh,
they're the audience listening to, all right,
His
this is
epic
why you
story.
don't screw with me.
Yeah.
But like the fact that he was.
Just like put them all up on the couch.
When he says the dude, like, and excuse the language, but the moment when he's like, when I went to check in on him and I saw he had two kids with another one on the way, he was living a happy life. I'm not the jealous type, but that motherfucker. I was like- he's
He
just
really
like,
wanted that revenge. He really wanted to come back, see that he had messed up, and then get his kill.
I don't know. I don't know about him getting the kill, but he was just like, oh wow, he actually found some peace. Why the hell why not me? Freaking, how about me? Why
then
can't
he
I
hung
get
up
that?
his hat. so to
Yeah,
say.
just stopped altogether. But just the idea of him kind of like, all right, I'm not going to waste any time. I'm just going to go marching in
Yeah.
to this freaking mob
Oh
and
my
just
gosh.
burn all their money,
Oh my
steal their
gosh.
painting,
Yeah.
and just walk into their main club and say,
And just a smile on his
Yeah.
face while he's doing, because he's like, finally, because he like when you watch it and he's living that mundane life and you can see how suppressed he had gotten, and then as soon as he gotten some adrenaline out, he's telling his wife, it's like, I miss you, like we haven't had anything for months or years, I really miss us, and it's like bringing back in a bit of his passion and things like that.
I also think it was part of him in that was
He just went
really
over.
he didn't want to go back into that. He was
Yeah.
happy doing his thing, like everyday life, like
Well, he says
raise some
it,
kids.
Yeah. He goes,
But-
I tried to suppress it.
Yeah, just the idea of him turning around being like, now I'm left with no choice. I have to do this. Christopher Lloyd was great.
Christopher
in it.
Lloyd was
That moment when they come
hilarious.
into the nursing home, and I'm just like, oh crap! Don't tell me this is where he checks out. And then when you see him have the shotgun and just blow the dudes away,
And
the
he's like
nurse just
smothering
checks
the
in,
other.
and he's like, "Can you just turn it down, will you?" He's like, He turns it down. He's just still like,
Yeah.
suffocating the
Oh my
dude and
gosh.
stuff. I was just like, oh man, this is kind of crazy. Never seen the doc be like,
Yeah, all guns out.
yeah, still going and stuff. But then, like the fact that he had his brother,
Yeah.
I don't know if they were both adopted or whatever it was, but he came
Yeah,
out to,
rather, it was Henry, he played his brother Harry
Yeah.
Mansell. I'm assuming either adopted or a mixed relationship with his father.
And,
But it was so good.
I
Him
do.
coming to save him.
Yeah, I do like that there was still some surprises because I was like, all right, he's going to lead him back to the warehouse. We all know that's coming.
Yeah.
But when he gets shot, you actually think, wow, he's taking damage now. And then when his brother and father kick
all
open the
smiles.
doors, and I'm just like, oh, cool. So they did come and like help out and stuff. But yeah, this was just a nice kind of fun for me.
Yeah.
It completely misleads you. Like, yeah, all right, makers of John Wick. The opening thing has him, feeding a cat. And when you hear halfway through the movie where his daughter's like, we need a cat. And he's like, yeah, I think we do. And I'm just like, all right, cool.
I just love like when the mob guys are trying to like find who he is and stuff. This lady researcher blackmails the what would you call them? The government, I suppose? Secretary of Defense or something. And all he can find is redacted stuff, just a picture
Blacked
and
out
no
lines,
nobody.
just freaking.
Yeah. He sends that to the lady with like the damage he's caused, and she just like throws these pictures at the mob guy, and she's like, "That's it, I'm out. You're on your own."
Free of charge. See ya.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the like idea of like when he does take out the dudes, they get him, but then he ends up
yeah.
like we sort of get that little piece when he's sitting there and sort of comforting the dude when he's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "Freaking, oh well, you know, I was an auditor." But I was like more of the last guy and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
last
we're
resort.
just getting more and more pieces off who he is and what he was doing back in the day. But I really hope they make a follow up to
Oh,
this.
same. I want to know more about his wife, who was played by Connie Nielsen.
Yeah, I kind
I have a
of.
feeling she knew what he did before, because it seemed like that, and I was like, "What? Is she also an auditor, or is she part of that life?" Because she was
Yeah.
patching him up, and he's just like old times, huh? I
Yeah,
was
just
like, "What
stuff
do you
like that. Like
mean?"
maybe she was in the military and she was like, you know what, I want out. And he was working
Maybe.
for the CIA
Yeah.
or whatever. But it just, I don't know. I really hope this does make a ton of money.
Yeah,
It's definitely worth seeing in the cinema because it's
100%.
just
The
a great
soundtrack.
popcorn, like,
Yeah.
fun, just
So
the
good.
Unreachable Star, the Frank Sinatra song.
Yeah.
That was played through it, like, if you're happy with hearing the spoilers and stuff.
I thought the soundtrack to the whole thing was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty fun to like see
Yeah.
them mixing it and blending it and just like, right from the start, it was, pretty fun story to watch and stuff. But that's what we think. If we missed anything,
Yes, let us know
is
in
there
the
anything
comments
you
below.
think?
No, I mean, I think we covered a lot, but there's like, without telling you the whole movie, because we're just so excited, we probably would.
Yeah.
You got to go check this out in cinemas. If you've seen it, leave your comments below on what you thought about this movie. Did you love it? Did you hate it? We loved it.
Yeah, like, subscribe.
Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch.
And thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Bye.